Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new episode of Hello Neighbor Raven News. Hope all is well with you today. And today we will be breaking down everything that we currently know about the brand new Hello Neighbor game called RBO. Now currently, before we jump into this, we do not know what RBO means. It possibly means Rainbrooks Online. That's just a theory. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. Alright, so first image here is of the house. You can definitely tell this is early. They did say this was the prototype build of the game, so that is why it looks like this. You can see untextured poles kind of like laying everywhere. Very messy looking art style. They don't really have an art style for this game yet, but you can see signs everywhere. You can see lasers on the front door entrance, which I find interesting. So maybe you can turn those off. You can see boarded up windows. The house is kind of giant. I don't really know what the back looks like because we haven't really got a shot, but it's a pretty decently sized house. You can see a doorway, it seems, with no door, so yeah. Not a whole lot to talk about here, but yeah, let's go and jump into the next image. Alright, so here's the next image, everyone, and you can see this is a forest setting. You can see it's definitely nighttime or something like that. You can see the house in the background, meaning this is to the right. You can see the window and all that. Now, if you look on the left-hand corner, I'll zoom in so you can see better. You can see text. Now, I'm about to explain what that text actually says. If we zoom in, we can barely make out the following text. General advices: stun to catch. Push or throw item to stun players. Then approach to catch. Anyone can catch or be caught anywhere. So, when it says players, that more than likely means that this will be a multiplayer game, which is really freaking cool. This is gonna be amazing. So that's why people think it's called Rainbrooks Online, because it's an online Hello Neighbor game. Stun to catch. I don't really know what that means. I don't know what you're catching. But yeah, that is some pretty sick text, gotta say. Next picture is the lawnmower model for the game, which is really sick looking. You can see a bear trap as well as a black camera with a metal light, I'm guessing. I wonder why it doesn't have a light. That's kind of strange, but it's a different Hello Neighbor game, so yeah. Not much to say about this image, so yeah, let's go and jump into the next image. Alright everyone, the next image is of the house again, but from a different perspective. You can see the RBO sign as well as text that says prototype, meaning that this is a early version of the game, which is pretty cool. Not much to talk about here as we've already gone over this. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next image. Alright, there is a lot to break down in this freaking picture. It's just crazy. So this seems to be inside of the house. You can see a red light, so maybe the neighbor's coming. That's why the player appears to be hiding in something. It looks like it says right mouse button hold to block. I don't know what that means. It says left mouse button to use equipment item. He has a box. He's probably hiding in a box. I don't know. It seems to be a box. I don't know. But on the F, you can see F, hold to throw, click to place, glue, which is interesting. You can see R to switch to throw able, so you can see the time presumably, which is 12:33. You can see O to craft and tab to inventory. Now craft, what crafting? Is this Minecraft? We haven't really seen much about this crafting info, but this screenshot is really good. You can also see the number 15 on the top left. I also wanted to mention that this game is also developed with Nikita, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. He is the creator of Hello Neighbor, so that is pretty cool that he's back and working on the game. So yeah. There's also a website for this game. I'll put it in the description so you can check it out yourself, and you also sign up for the prototype build of the game, which is not out yet, but it will be soon. Alright, so now we're going to move on to Discord messages. This is from Alex Hugh on the Hello Neighbor Game Discord server. Basically what he's saying is that he's going to give us the RBO prototype build through the Steam playtest feature, so that people who sign up for the website will get a link as soon as it's up. That's basically what he's saying there, which is really cool info to know. Moving on to some pretty big news on the Hello Neighbor Game Discord server a couple of days ago, Alex, CEO of Tiny Build, said that the prototype build of RBO will more than likely release next week, aka this week that we are on right now. So that is extremely exciting. I will of course be live streaming that when it launches. Onto the next screenshot, you can see Alex, CEO, says boxes stack. So that means there's going to be a box stacking feature in this game, which has not been in Hello Neighbor since, what, Hello Neighbor 1? This is an amazing feature. I hope it works really well and not finicky like in Hello Neighbor 1. On the Hello Neighbor Game Discord server, Alexia also said this in following text. Neighbor had a rough few years is the design. So that basically means he's more than likely gonna look rough and kind of scaggy and dirty looking. So that's pretty cool to know. Moving on to more info that we know about this is gameplay. A couple weeks ago, we got gameplay of RBO, and it is 13 seconds long, and I will play it right now.
東日本全体も 6.7%、全国で 6.3% 確保される見通しだとしています。電力が
Alright, let's go ahead and break this video clip down, shall we? So, the UI and all that stuff is all the same, except we can see the flashlight, and on, like, the first second of the video, we can see a door, and when the flashlight is turned on, we can see a lever, and once the player turns around, we can actually see a vehicle, which is pretty freaking cool. It's green, like all green, but yeah, that's fine. You can see another UI thing going on, probably a thing that you have to go check out. You can see fences, like canisters on the ground, very dirty looking area. Now, this is more than likely the garage, so yeah, that's cool to know. Once the player opens the door more, you can actually notice that the door seems to have physics, which is, that's just really cool. Once the player opens the door more, you can see ginormous boxes, and once he opens the door fully, you can see a bear trap, which is closed, so maybe the neighbor triggered it, or the player did. Once the player fully walks into the room, you can actually see oil. Now, that, what can we do with the oil? That's interesting. You also see the TV, which appears to be using a UE5 lighting system, which this game is in UE5. We know that 100% sure because of that, the lighting and stuff. It's using one of UE5's lighting features, so this game will more than likely, once it's finished or something like that, most likely look absolutely beautiful. Who knows? They might change it to E4 or something like that, etc. You can see oil on the TV as well. The TV doesn't appear to be playing anything except white light. You can see boxes in the background as well as a staircase looking thing going on. You can see a white chair with a green looking thing going on. You also see a plug, which kind of looks like Hello Neighbor 2's generator plug. Once the player turns around, we can see that same hallway with the bear trap. We also see a better look at it. We can see some boxes. See a lot of stuff like a lever. Now what I found interesting is that if you look over here, you can actually see a hiding spot. What I think is a hiding spot. You can see like doors. I don't know if this is actually a hiding spot. Once the player more walks into the room, you can see piles and piles and piles of boxes. On to the last frame of the video, you can see a pipe and what appears to be a camera. Now this camera has a red light, so I think when the player walks in the red light, it will most likely trigger something, trigger the neighbor to come over here and catch you. So yeah, that's a very good video, and like, we actually got gameplay of it, which I'm really surprised that we got gameplay this early, but still, overall, this is a pretty good video. There's a screenshot here. I'll put up on screen right now. You can see this screenshot is of the player hiding inside one of the boxes, and you can see the neighbor. Now I'll zoom in here. You can actually see that he's like red, and he like made out of blocks and squares, and he has this laser looking thing on his eye. Very interesting design. But yeah, you can see a window with boards on it. You can see a stairwell, and you can see those giant boxes again. This is a pretty interesting neighbor design, to say the least. pretty interesting. Let's go and go to the next screenshot. Is of the house, and you can actually see the true scale of this house, which this house is like a mansion. It is really, really big with a lot of rooms and little crevices and doors. You can see multiple doorways covered with lasers, boards, and bear traps. Just a very chaotic, messy looking house. You also see on the right, you can see seems to be this cylinder with blocks. Looks like a staircase. Maybe there will be something up there. You can see a road, and the ground still has that grid kind of thing. You also see the neighbor. If I zoom in, you can see the red neighbor roaming about outside. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Not much to talk about here, but yeah, this is a really sick looking screenshot. Alrighty, we are on the next screenshot now. As you can see in this screenshot, this is inside the house, and you can see the red neighbor looking at the player, so that's pretty scary. You can also see this laser thing, so that's the thing. More than likely, you step on it, it will trigger the neighbor to come and chase you. So you can see the boxes. You can see a hiding closet. You can also see the stairwell. So maybe this is that upstairs room. You also see this pipe thing. You also see the windows, and yeah, pretty cool looking screenshot. You can also see boxes right next to where the neighbor's standing. So yeah, let's go to the next screenshot. Next picture we have here is of the inventory, or the crafting system, it seems. So if we look on the right, we can see plus body, add clothes, and add claw, or add like clothes to hands as well as feet. So maybe we might have armor or something. It says hat, head, winter hat. And it says right click to take off clothes, so that's pretty cool. You can also see on the items, he has glue, crowbar, paint, flashlight, a board, and a box, and a trash lid. Quick access, he has a hammer, and then 3 spaces that has a plus symbol as well as add item. For the clothes, he has a sweater, winter gloves, and boots. So that would be pretty cool that we can have clothes and like stuff to wear. You also see this interesting thing on the left-hand side, which says hover cursor to see more details. You can see it says mobility, movement speed, acceleration, jump height, and ground friction. So maybe we can upgrade those and stuff like that. So that might be pretty cool. You can see the power, agility, camouflage. So maybe you can hide from the neighbor with like outfits, camo clothes, stuff like that. So that is really, really cool. Moving on to the final screenshot, which is probably from the player's point of view, which is pretty cool. You can also see like a pole on the house and all that stuff. What's interesting is that if we zoom in, we can actually see what appears to be another neighbor. He seems to be a gray colored neighbor, kind of like a metal looking thing, which is pretty freaking cool. I don't know what he's doing. He seems to just be chilling up there. I don't know. It seems like he's running at something. But yeah, overall, pretty cool screenshot. Alright, well everyone, I think that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe only if you want to, that is. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, what are your thoughts about RBO? Overall, I think it looks like a pretty good game. If any more info, screenshots, videos, etc. releases, I will of course make a video on it or post about it on my community tab. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.